Hello everyone, how's it going? The Weather and Toilet Finder 775 here. Welcome back to another video. This time I'm back with a re-recording of severe weather possible. Expected Saturday, tomorrow, March 28th, 2020. Now, before I get started with this video though, I would ask that you do consider subscribing if you do like my content. Also be sure to share it with Also be sure to like the video and or leave a nice comment on it. I'm not putting too much emphasis on sharing it with the friends and family. Now let's get right into things. First off, we have general thunder stretching from the central Gulf Coast, Texas coast, to Louisiana coast, all the way through to central Minnesota, making kind of a hard horseshoe into the mid-Atlantic. Now, dark green is our marginal risk or sporadic severe storms. It's possible. So that's from far east Texas all the way through to the southern Great Lakes. Within that is a slight risk, or more numerous severe storms that are marginal. This extends from northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, through Tennessee and Kentucky, and Ohio, kind of horseshoeing or boomeranging westward, into Iowa and Missouri. Within that is an enhanced risk. This is where you're going to see numerous severe storms possible. And then embedded within that enhanced risk is a small moderate risk. This is where you're going to see the highest likelihood for severe weather tomorrow, and within those orange and red shaded areas. Now let's just start talking about that wind and hail probabilities, and then tornado. 15% wind, 5% wind risk. It extends from far east Texas all the way to eastern and central Iowa. And then also, and I meant far east Texas and northern Louisiana to the southern Great Lakes, far southern Great Lakes. 15% wind risk or more numerous wind gusts over 58 miles an hour is from northern Mississippi and northern Alabama to western and central Ohio, kind of making its way, horseshoeing its way westward into Iowa and northeast Missouri. Now let's just start talking about the hail probabilities. 5% hail probabilities extend from far east Texas and north Louisiana all the way to the southern, all the way to central, even as far north as the central Great Lakes. 15 embedded within that is a 15% hail risk. Extends from northern Mississippi, northern Alabama to central Ohio, and then westward through to Iowa and northeast Missouri. And then we even have a 30% hail risk embedded within that 15% zone. It encompasses eastern Iowa, far northeastern Missouri, and parts of northern Illinois. And there's also even a significant hail area. That is 10% or greater probability, 10% or greater chance of 2-inch diameter hail or larger within 25 miles of a point. Now let's just start talking about the tornado probability chart, which is going to be very exciting. Let me refresh the page. Now is our time to talk about the tornado probabilities. 2% tornado probabilities extend from northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, far northeast Louisiana, and eastern Arkansas, all the way to the far southern Great Lakes. 5%, within that is a 5% tornado risk zone. Extends from northern Mississippi and far and a sliver of northwest Alabama, all the way to western Ohio, and then back westward to Iowa and Missouri, and much of Illinois even. Well, eastern Iowa, and northeast Missouri, and much of Illinois. Even embedded within that is a 10% tornado risk. That's indicated by those yellows on the map. 15% is indicated by the little red area on the map. That is a moderate risk for tornadoes, my folks. That is a moderate risk for tornadoes. Embedded within that and encompassing all the 15% severe area and roughly I'd say the western 2/3 of the 10% tornado area is a significant tornado area. Hatched area is 10% or greater, indicates 10% or greater probability of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within 25 miles of a point. Now that there's a black hatched area that was not there in the day 3 outlook yesterday. That was for the same day, Saturday, tomorrow. That black hatched area was not there, and neither were those enhanced or moderate risks. Now they are. Now let's get started taking a look at that NAM 3-kilometer model. Starting at 8 a.m. Saturday, March 28th, we see that there's a few little thunderstorms managing to spark up in central Iowa and also in far eastern Iowa. And then we see a little line of storms in northwest and in central Illinois, excuse me. And also we see a little isolated stronger thunderstorm in eastern Illinois. And also northern Indiana, southern Michigan, and northern Ohio. Yeah, I'm going to take you frame by frame until I don't see the severe weather threat in the north central U.S. anymore. (13Z), that little thunderstorm that we just saw in far eastern Iowa moved off across the Mississippi and moved into Illinois. 26 moved further northeast to the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. The state line's kind of bisecting that storm. 15Z, you can see a little bit of few stronger storms trying to make their way into southern and perhaps central Iowa, with a 992 low pressure millibar, 992 millibar low pressure centered over eastern Iowa and western Nebraska. And then those storms that we just saw in east, central and southeast Iowa and central Iowa move north and east before forming into a line that extends from Illinois, or I should say a semicircle segment, or some properly determined terminology is a bowing segment, That might be a bowing segment. Forecast by hour 29:17 Z March 28th or 1 p.m. Extends from northern Illinois into southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. It's more of a broken segment. You can see more storms starting to develop in western Iowa, but those don't look at this time. Those don't look to be severe. Hour 30, we see a broken line of showers and storms develop in western central Missouri, and then northward all the way through to central Iowa. 31, there's the storms even managed to strengthen the northern half of them into a broken line into north central Missouri and southern and central Iowa. Central Iowa and northern Missouri. 988 millibar low pressure system centered over west central Iowa. Hour 32. Those storms start to congeal, merge, and form into a broken, one or two broken lines across eastern Missouri and eastern portions of Missouri and Iowa. 33. Those storms may actually get even stronger over the east of Iowa. 22Z. That's about 6 p.m. You can see that the storms are extending all the way from central Missouri and through western Illinois, through far eastern Iowa, along the Mississippi River and the Minnesota-Wisconsin border, all the way into Minnesota. But I don't think those storms look at all. I don't think this is actually the northern. I don't think based on the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day 2, I do not think that those far northern storms look to be severe. But the southern tip, the models are agreeing that they'll be severe. 35. The line is pretty much out of Iowa and Missouri, except for a little spot in east central portions of of Missouri right there. 36. Still a little bit of thunderstorms in Missouri and Illinois and Wisconsin. 37. Those storms move further to the north and east. And I'm only concerned about the rain part of this. I'm not concerned about this blue part right now. I probably won't be for the next several months. Hour 39. 3Z. 11 p.m. Saturday. 11 p.m. tomorrow. Those storms start to move further to the north and east. Perhaps even reaching along the U.S.-Canada border in the Great Lakes. By 7Z, which is about 3 a.m., they really start fizzling out over the Great Lakes. And then 9Z, but that outbreak is pretty much said and done. And 10Z, we don't see anything in the way of severe weather. Only a high pressure 1025 millibar high pressure system and a crooked looking 540 line. And a crooked, wonky looking 540 line. That's by 10Z. Now let's look at the Cape for this. Now, for this, I'm going to start at, let's say, 6Z or 2 a.m. Central Time on Saturday. You can already see that there's oranges and purples over over the far south of Iowa, the north of Missouri, Illinois, and even into Indiana and a small portion of Ohio. And then we see that Cape also extended to even portions of the Kansas area, but that area does not expect to see any thunderstorms or thunderstorms beyond early tomorrow morning. 6Z, the Cape starts moving. 7Z, it really starts moving up to the north and building in value. And it moves off to the northeast by 8. 8Z into the southern and eastern Iowa, Illinois, Missouri area. Again, the more Cape you have, the more likelihood you'll see thunderstorms, and or the more thunderstorms you will see. 10Z, there's barely any Cape over central and northern Iowa, but it's just abundant. It's pretty much abundant along the Mississippi River and Iowa-Missouri state line. Hour 24, 12Z, 8 a.m. tomorrow. You can see those pinks, those purples starting to build under 2,000 Cape though, but not less than 1,000. Starting to build into the Iowa, northern Illinois vicinity. 25, 13Z, 9 a.m. Saturday. I'm going to make things quick here and just show you the period of highest Cape for Iowa and Illinois. That's going to be at 20Z, March 28th, or 4 p.m. And then 21Z, the Cape starts moving off to the northeast. And is pretty much east of the Mississippi River by, I'd say about 7 p.m. Saturday. And it is pretty much well east of the Mississippi River, even east of Lake Michigan, well east of Lake Michigan by this point in time. GFS bulk shear now. hour 24. 12Z, pretty strong, still looking. 97 knots over in North Missouri. 80 knots elsewhere. 60, upper 50s plus knots over Iowa, highest in the south and east. And hour 30, 18Z, which is 2 p.m. Saturday. You can see that shear is strong over eastern Iowa. It's also a little strong over the central. 0Z, shear is moving east. Pretty much to the point where there's no shear at all in the west of Iowa. 42, 6. The bulk right now, by that time, the bulk of the stronger shear will be east of the Mississippi River into Illinois and Missouri. But by 12Z, the outbreak or event is said and done. Supercell composite. Hour 18.6Z. It's not that impressive except for portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas and perhaps southwest Missouri, where Cape values may not quite reach Hurricane values may get close to the double digits, but not quite. Let's see by 2 p.m. Again, still not that impressive supercell composite, especially over central Illinois and southern Iowa, south central and southeast Iowa. 0Z, that supercell composite is pretty much gone for Iowa. 42, hour 42, 2 a.m. Sunday, it's pretty much gone for the Midwest as a whole, except in Indiana. And then it's really gone for the Midwest as a whole by 8 a.m. that same day. Now, surface-based CAPE. Surface-based CAPE is looking not very impressive, except over southeast Iowa, northeast Missouri, northern and eastern Missouri, and central Illinois into Ohio and western West Virginia. Peak CAPE values are in excess of 1,500 possible. Even in excess, well in excess of 1723. At 1723, excuse me. Now, since I don't want to make this over 25 minutes, let's go to the National Weather Service and see what they have to say. This is my home office, National Weather Service, Quad Cities. Severe storms expected Saturday. Des Moines says they're possible. 2:53 p.m. Thunderstorms are likely beginning early Saturday morning into the afternoon hours. A few may be strong over portions of southern and eastern Iowa. Hail and down to wind gusts are primary concerns, although a tornado can't be ruled out, especially during the afternoon. That's part of the hazardous weather outlook. Severe storms still expected Saturday, National Weather Service Quad City says. But much of the western half of my county, Washington County, Iowa, has been dropped from the enhanced risk. Kind of disappointing from an alert recording perspective. Pretty much the western 2/3 of the county have been dropped from the enhanced risk. The windy conditions Saturday and Sunday, I'm not worried about that. Now let's see if Quad Cities, my home office, has updated that outlook. Still no update. Now let's see what Lincoln, Illinois has to say about this. Significant severe weather Saturday. The greatest threat from noon to 9 p.m. Excessive storm hazards. Hail up to golf ball size. Winds numerous gusts over 60 miles per hour. Tornadoes, a few expected. Thunderstorms may be ongoing in the tomorrow morning, but the severe threat will materialize during the afternoon and evening. And in Chicago average storm motion could be very fast to the northeast at 50 to in excess of 60 miles an hour. Large to very large hail, tornadoes, some strong and damaging wind gusts are all possible. And anyways, this is it. This is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to click like and or comment and or subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.